guys, so the first thing to start off this look, I'm going to be going in with my foundation that I'm going to use today, and today I'm going to be using Makeup Forever's HD Foundation, and this is in the shade 120 and 123. I'm using a beauty blender, and I'm just going to put this all over my face, and go ahead and press it right into the skin. Now this shade is a little bit lighter for me, but that's okay because I want my skin to look a little dead-ish for this look. So after that, I'm going to be doing a little bit of highlighting and a lot of contouring. So I'm going to go in with this Camouflage palette from Coastal Scents, and I'm going to be using two different colors. I'm going to use this really light one as my highlight right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with a mixture of this medium shade and then maybe a little bit of this darker one down here. And I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going to place this. So for my highlight, as you can see, I really accentuated my cheekbones, a little bit of my forehead, down the center of my nose and my chin, and you'll see the way that that'll balance off with the, I'm kicking the camera. And you'll see the way that balances off with the contour shades that I do in a second. So once you go ahead and blend that out with your beauty blender, then we'll go in with our contour color. So I laid down that first contour color, and now I'm going to go in and blend it out before I go in with the deeper shade. So as you can see, I really wanted my face to appear really sunken in my cheekbones and on my forehead, around my hairline, on my jaw, and this will really play out well later on. So the next step is you want to set your highlight and contour. I'm going to be using two different things. To set the center of my face where it's a little bit lighter, I'm going to be going in with Makeup Forever's Pro Finish powder, and this is in the shade 118. And then to set the contours of my face around the outside perimeter, I'm going to be going in with a bronzer, and this is Laguna from NARS. Okay, so to go in and add a little bit of a dead, marbly texture to the skin, I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Forever Flash palette. Now, I took a couple sponges, some triangle sponges like this, and what I did is, I don't know if you can see, I basically just peeled off and plucked little pieces off, so it created a little texture. And I have about 3 of them here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to go in with a mixture of the brown, the yellow, and the red, and I'm just going to add some veiny, marbly texture to the skin. So I have that done, and I'll let you go ahead and get a better look at the sponges and what they look like now that you can see the color on there. So I used the brown first, I did a little yellow for the highlight areas, and then red just to add a little bit of a dead texture to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the eyes. The first thing I'm going to take is MAC's Dipdown, and this is their fluid line. Ooh, wait a minute. MAC's fluid line. I don't know why my voice just did that. I was too excited. You know what? First, I'm going to do one eye, and then I'm going to do the other so you can see. And we're back. So let's go ahead and let me show you how I did this eye. So once again, I'm taking Dipdown Fluid Line by MAC, which is brown. And I'm just going to place this all over the lid area. It's okay if it's a little messy at first. I'm going to go ahead and take a blending brush. This is a 217, and I'm going to blend out the edges and this cream all at the same time. And go ahead and do the same thing on the bottom lash line. And then to set that brown Dipdown gel liner, I'm going to go ahead and take Brown Down eyeshadow from MAC. And I'm going to pack this on top of that all over. And don't forget to go back in and blend those edges as well. To help further blend this brown, I'm going to go ahead and take soft brown eyeshadow. Take this on a fluffy brush and just kind of buff out those lines and edges. Now for this red burgundy color, I'm going to go in and take a shadow from Makeup Forever. This is M846, and this is going right in the crease lightly, all around the edges of that brown. And I'm really going to work into blending and pulling and blowing it out like I did on this eye. And to finish off the eye, I'm going to go ahead and take in this pressed pigment called Deeply Dashing from MAC. This is getting pressed all over the eyelid where the brown is and also underneath where the brown is. Then go ahead and take a black eyeliner and run that inside your waterline. So the eyes are done with shadow, and I'm going to go ahead and put lashes on. I'm going to show you the lashes I'm using this time. Usually I forget always, and I always get tons of comments asking what lashes I used. Now I still messed it up. I used two different pairs. I have one on the top and one on the bottom, of course. But I took them out their packaging, and I don't know which box with the number belongs to which, but I will tell you the numbers of the two. So I used numbers 150 and number 126, and these are lashes by Makeup Forever. So this is the pair that I used on the bottom, and then this is the pair that I used on top. And surprisingly enough, these lashes are extremely comfortable. You know, just from the looks of them being so big, you would think that they weren't, but I can barely feel them on, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those on, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and put on the lashes, of course. Now to make my brows a little bit lighter where they blend into the skin tone, I just did an easy step. I took my concealer and then I took an empty spoolie, and I basically rubbed it into the concealer and then just brushed it through the brow hairs. And this just made the hairs lighter and fade into the skin a little bit more. I didn't want the brows to be a main focus of this look, since the eyes and the lips are going to stand out, and then we have the bandage wraps. I keep kicking this camera. I'm like too excited. I need to calm down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my bandage wrap. Now, I bought a ton, probably way too much bandage wrap from drugstore. I got it from Rite Aid. So this is bandage wrap that doesn't stick to your skin, but it sticks to itself. So I bought a bunch of this, and I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping my head. I'm going to do this way first. Okay, so once you have the wrap on, I'm going to go in with my foundation again. And I'm just going to give the bandage wrap a little bit of a color so it's not so white. I have a ton of bandage wrap that I have pre-stretched, cut, and painted with foundation and added a bunch of nastiness to them. And they look like this, little strands that I'm just going to go around and add in certain places. I don't know exactly where I'm going to add them in, so we shall see. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You can use these and just tuck them inside other bandage parts that you already have, or you could use something a little bit more permanent and take spirit gum and just add a little bit to each end and then glue it to the parts where you want it, and then you can drag it across to however or wherever that you want it. So I will do a bunch of this draping around, and I will be right back, and then we will do the lips and finish off. Alright? Okay guys, so I have bandage wrap wherever I want it, I have pieces hanging, I have whatever going on. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the lips. I'm going to take a black eyeliner as my liner first. I'm going to go in with this Velvet Matte Lip Pencil from NARS, and this is in the color Cruella. And then on top of that, I'm going to take this lip gloss color from NARS called Daredevil. I'm not sure if they make this anymore. It's this really deep red. I'm just going to use that right on top. Okay guys, so once you have the lips done, you are all set and you are ready to go out into the world on this Hallows Eve. No, but if you want an outfit, I would say you could take this bandage wrap as far down as you want it to go. I bought way too much because I thought I was actually going to use way more than what I did. You can wrap your body with this, you can have someone else paint the rest of your body, you can really get into detail with the way you want this costume to look. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I will try and do another Halloween tutorial video for you guys before Halloween, of course. It's my favorite time of the year, and I love these extreme, crazy looks, and I hope you guys do too. I hope it gives you some ideas for Halloween, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. This makes my teeth look really white.